In 2018, I joined an industry that exposed me to issues I was familiar with, but had not realized were a set of challenges that were global in reach and massive in scale. I had seen poor people growing up, but I didn't realize that about 700 million people worldwide live in extreme poverty. That's nearly 10% of the world's population. I could afford private healthcare, but I didn't realize that half of the world's population lacked access to basic health services. That's nearly 3.5 billion people worldwide. What about education? UNICEF says that about 600 million children and adolescents cannot read and write, even though most of them are in school. And for the 240 million children living with disabilities worldwide, nearly half of them will most likely never attend school. War has been a problem since the beginning of civilization. The UN estimates that in the last 15 years, about half of the world's population has lived in direct contact or close to significant political violence, with results including displacement, forced migration, refugees, etc. These are global challenges. How are they global, you ask? A classic example is war. People fleeing conflict in one part of the world end up seeking refuge in countries and continents that are more stable, with resources used to accommodate these refugees. What about health? We all saw how fast COVID spread from one end of the earth to the other and became a global pandemic quickly. These are global challenges and they require global efforts and global solutions. This is one of the reasons for the international development industry, a sector comprising public and private institutions, including civil society organizations, the media, and NGOs, all coming together to work to address global development issues and strive for sustainable development. I am here to share the international development story. I have been working in the industry for a few years now, across projects looking to increase access to education for children in the Middle East, to projects focused on deepening accountability and transparency in governance in East Africa, and recently on a project looking to mobilize global capital to achieve the sustainable development goals. I'll be telling the international development story because the challenges the sector is addressing concerns every one of us in some way, shape, or form. Tax money and contributions from developed countries and philanthropic organizations are pouring to address the challenges in less developed economies and countries in conflict. If these funds in form of aid, grants, etc. are pouring elsewhere, then there must be a linkage between its goals and that of the societies and institutions they are flowing from. I want to share the international development story and the impact we make so that more people would know about them and think about ways they can engage. I want to showcase the innovation and the use of new media and technology in the industry. The future of the workplace will be shaped by technology adoption and investments in green transitions of businesses. So telling the story hopefully get folks thinking about the wide variety of opportunities in the industry and how there's nearly something for everyone to do. Which brings me to a cool concept called the theory of change, one of the many tools used in the industry. The theory of change is usually a visual representation of how activities are expected to lead to specific outcomes and impacts, while drawing on linkages based on available evidence. So the theory of change for this development channel is, if we create and share customized content around international development, then our target audience would increase their understanding of international development, connect more with the industry, engage with and commit to the objectives of delivering sustainable development in places that are most in need of them. So that's it for this video, where we covered the background to international development, and I hope that you found it useful. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, where we talk about all things international development. And join us in our next video, where we find out if the most popular YouTuber is now in the international development business. Until then, it is bye for now.